Hola! Welcome to Travel Shots Live. You know, where I bring you unedited footage of all the places I travel. Where am I at? You won't believe where I've been. I wish I could have filmed the adventure I was just on, but I honestly did not know if I was going to even be able to get out of the situation I was in, which I'm going to tell you that story in a minute. But I ended up in one of the only restaurants in Dilar, Spain, in the village of Dilar, Spain. It's like a cafe more than anything else. And this is actually Halloween Day, which I totally forgot. It's October 31st. So I walk up to the cafe and I get a cappuccino, luckily. See? It's the name of the place. You can read it. But, yeah, they got parents out there, and kids are all dressed up in Halloween costumes, and I'm like, what? And I looked on my thing, I was like, oh, it's October 31st, bro. I was like, okay, that explains why everybody's dressed up with paint on their face and all that. But anyway, part of this thing is just really just in the middle of the village, and it's some kind of little, well, they call it a playground, but this looks like more of like a community workout place. Anyway, let me show you this. We'll walk around a little bit. See? It's just a place where you can do your workouts. Pretty neat. I'm sitting right here. Check it out. You can sit there and just like row your boat with your legs. And see, we are literally in the middle of the village. You can see all the cars here. Probably going to be able to hear the people too, but let me take you through what's over here. This is where I actually got the cappuccino. I didn't want to film with everybody right there. You know, you can't be super rude. But if you look over there, see all the people out there? There's a playground in the back, and that's the cafe. And that's it. It's really just a really hometown, kind of hole-in-the-wall, kind of gathering place. It's all covered up. I think they run festivals or they do markets out here, you know, once a month or something like that. But I'm not far from my Airbnb. Like, there's the church. Whenever I can find the church, I know I'm like a minute or two around the block. But yeah, I gotta tell you this story. So let me get my feet all situated here. Here's a story of a lovely lady who got lost in the olive groves. Yeah, you heard me right. Who almost had a giant dog attack her. Or slid down the muddy steps. I ain't making this up. Okay, let me tell you what happened. So, I go walking. Now let me show you where it goes straight out here. Okay, you see beyond the sign and the car, there's all kinds of olive groves out there, right? So I first stopped at the bakery to get me some like goodies, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a hike out that way because I haven't been that way, and I'm gonna just go out and be amongst Mother Nature, right? So first I go down, like it's a big long like road, and on Google Maps it looks like a trail, like it actually goes to the other side. You go through the olive valley and then you get to the other part of the mountain range, right? And then you can walk around. So I was like, okay, cool, that looks great. So I go down, I end up at a really pretty stream. That was awesome. Sat there for a while, walked straight out, ended up in a dead end somewhere up in the hills. Okay, nothing happened there. I found my way back out, back down the little hill, back over the little river stream. And then I was like, okay, so I'm looking on Google Maps again, and I'm like, how do I get over there? Right? I'm pointing way out there. How do I get over there? So I look on Google Maps, And it's like, okay, well, you just need to, hook a left and follow the trail. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I'm looking, I'm like, well, the trail just looks like it's a bunch of orange groves. Like, it doesn't look like a real trail. So I'm doing it anyway. I'm like, okay, maybe that's just the way it is. Some of these trails are just dirt roads. Let's go for it. So I start walking out there. And then I'm on one, there's like tiers. There's different tiers of how they grow these olive trees. Like there's the low level in the valley, and then they build mud steps. It goes up to another level, a whole nother row of olive trees. And then it goes up to a third level, and a fourth level is actually up here in the town where the houses are, right? So at the time, I'm just walking through the orange grove, or the olive grove, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, this is pretty, this is nice, I got a nice view, I love it, it's quiet. So I get maybe like, I don't know, 100 feet into the olive grove, and it's a dead end. It's literally a dead end. Like there's nothing but a mountain with a bunch of rocks, and it just like slides off into a valley. And I'm like, well, that's not the way, right? So then I walk backwards, and I notice there's like somebody did some man-made mud steps. I call them mud steps because they're not made out of concrete. They were just like in the earth, and they made these steps to get up to the next tier of olive trees. So I'm like, I'm a billy goat, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's up there. So I climb up to the first level, walk around, no way out. I think, what the hell? Then I climb up to the third level, walk around, nothing there. I look up on the fourth level where all the houses are. Let me show you here. See how the houses are just sitting on the top there? That's like the fourth level, and like if you walk behind them, there's nothing there. Oh, here's the bus, guys. I want to show you the bus. That's the bus that takes you into Granada. Yeah, anyway. So I'm up on the very top tier of the olive trees, right? And I'm walking to the right where it says the map says to go, and I'm stuck again. And I'm like, oh shit, right? And then I walk to the left. There's nothing there. And then I'm looking up, okay, there's one more set of mud stairs that takes you up behind somebody's house. And I'm like, well, I can't go up there, right? And it's all walled off. There's no escape from where I was at. At least that's what I thought. I said, okay, I'm stuck now. So then I get back, I go down a tier, and then I notice off to the left, along the back wall of all these homes, there was a path. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, maybe that I could just follow this path along the back wall, and I can get out onto the main road, right? So far so good. I'm walking. There's like, I had just enough room. I had to be careful because there was a ledge going down, and I was like, just, okay, be cool. I can make it. God be with me. All right. So I'm walking, and I'm trying to concentrate, and all of a sudden I hear this big dog, and it's like, woo, woo, woo. And I just, oh my God, it scared the hell out of me. Luckily, this dog was like up on the top tier, and he was like fenced in, right? So he couldn't like jump out and get me. But that scared the shit out of me, because I almost lost my balance. I was like, oh, this effing dog, man, right? So I kept on walking with this dog barking. Nobody's out there but me. I look like a cat burglar scanning the back end of everybody's building. And I get to the end, I say, yes, it gets right out to the road, right? No. Somebody put a gate to block it with a lock on it where I couldn't get out. And I was like, oh no. And I couldn't walk around the gate because it was just a sheer drop down into the valley. And I was like, oh my God. So there was nothing left to do but backtrack. Sorry about the wind. So I ended up backtracking past the dog. Okay, I'm going behind the wall. I'm going past the dog. Woof, woof, woof. I get down to where the mud stairs are again. So I'm like, okay, I gotta have to turn around, because if I try to go down the stairs this way, there's no rails. I'm literally gonna slip and probably break my leg, right? Because it's steep. It's like sort of like this, and they're just mud steps. So I turned myself backwards and walked backwards down the steps, hanging onto the mud steps. I had to go down 2 tiers back down into where like the main valley part was, where the olive trees were. And I knew if I kept walking left, I could get back out to where I started, and I did. And I ended up getting out of there. But I finally got out of there. I was like, oh, thank you, God. I don't know how I got stuck. Actually, I do, because Google totally led me in the middle of nowhere in an olive tree and got me stuck, and I couldn't get out, and I was like freaking. I was like, okay, you got to keep a cool head. Let's just backtrack the way we came in, and that's what I had to do. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, your girl. And then I ran into this place, and I was like, bro, I need a cup of coffee so bad right now. So bad. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, like I said. So I survived the crazy adventure of the olive trees and the trail that dead-ended into the side of the mountain and went nowhere, and the big bad dog. Yeah, the adventures of travel, right? Holy shit. Anyway, pardon my French. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment. Have you ever got stuck like that before? That is actually the first time that's ever happened to me traveling. Like, I literally got stuck. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe I'm stuck. But I figured my way out, and and I didn't break my leg or twist my ankle, and I'm just very, very happy and grateful to be here to tell you the story. Yeah. All right. Thumbs up, thumbs down if you like the video. Up to you. Subscribe. Up to you as well. If you already have, you know I love you. I've got 1 week left in Dilar and Granada. I'm going to try to shoot some more footage in Granada. It's just been so rainy and nasty and cold. It's just now actually the storm's blowing out. They've got flooding right now, believe it or not, in Granada. So I'm sort of like trying to wait till I get the green light to get out. So I think tomorrow I'll be able to take the bus in there and get in and shoot you some more footage before I leave. Okay? All right, guys. Share the video with the world, or don't. Up to you. I love you. I'll catch you in the next one. God willing. Peace out.